Curious what a mesh network is? I was too and had to ask the question myself. What's going on, guys? Matt in the Hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. You are tuned in to the Hot List. I come to y'all Monday through Friday each and every week. We hang out and we talk real estate. We talk about properties that are new to the market, had a recent price reduction, as well as something that is unique about the property. Want to share with y'all and want you guys to know about the property. I also answer a question of the day that is submitted by you, the viewers, and to figure out how you get your question answered on the show, stick around to the end of the episode. And of course, finally, I recognize and thank a sponsor of the week each and every week. This week is no exception. And again, if you'd like to know how you could be a sponsor of the week for the Hot List, all you got to do is stick around and we will get into that later. If you guys are catching this on Facebook, make sure you comment with a hashtag live or hashtag replay so I know how you are watching this. If you're watching it on YouTube, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those bell notifications so when I drop new videos and new content, you guys get notified and can come check it out. And finally, if you are listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you're catching this at, make sure you go ahead and help a brother out. Leave me a review. 5-star is preferred. Let me know what you're getting from this. If you like the style and the content that I'm doing. If you don't like what you're hearing and you'd like to see me do something different, change something, drop that in the comment. Leave that in the review as well. Either way you're listening or watching this, your comments will get to me. They are important, so make sure you drop those in there. The property we are talking about today is 1532 Thompson Street. That is right here in Emporia. This is a 2-bed, 2.5-bath house. It is a ranch style house and has an attached 2-car garage. It's got 2,008 square feet of finished space, currently listed at $162,500 courtesy of Eck Real Estate. What is unique about this house? It is on a non-through street, so dead end street, not a cul-de-sac, but more of like a non-through dead end kind of street. They recently remodeled the kitchen, so there are some updates there. The main floor has laundry is on the main floor level, as well as there's additional hookups still in the basement. There is a sunroom on this house, which is very cool, and it is a 4-season sunroom, meaning it has an air conditioner and a fireplace. How cool is that? A 4-season sunroom. That's pretty badass. They do have some updated replacement windows. There is a third non-conforming bedroom in the basement. Basement is finished out. And of course, there's a patio, shed, got a pretty good size fenced-in yard in the back area as well. So while this house is still available, make sure that you click on the link. It's going to take you right to my website so you can see the pictures for yourself. Check out the property. Very cool and very, very nice house. If you have any questions, all you got to do while you're on my website scrolling through the pictures, just hit me up there, or you can come back to Facebook and I would be happy to answer your questions as well, or set up a time that if you are already pre-approved, we can go take a look at it. Before I get to the question of the day, I do want to recognize and thank our sponsor of the week this week, and that is the gym right here in Emporia. They have drink specials 7 days a week. So you ever need to get your 12, 16-ounce curls on, head to the gym, talk to Matt, and he can get you set up, get you taken care of. They do regularly have a pool table. They have darts. They're working on getting a dart league back up and running, as well as a pool league as well. For you smokers, there is a designated smoking area out to the back. He's got it fenced off, so you got a little bit of a windbreak while you're out there as well. And he's done a lot of work, put a lot of work into opening this back up. It's got new paint, new flooring, Um, he's redone a lot of the bar itself, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. So make sure that you click on the link in the description. It's going to take you to their Facebook page, and you get their contact info as well as their updates. They always have the Chiefs games playing when they're on. They had a hell of a party this last Monday when the Chiefs played the Ravens. So make sure you check out the gym. Go down there, talk to Matt, and he'll get you set up and taken care of. If you are interested or curious how you could be a sponsor of the week, if you are a business here, all you got to do is just reach out to me through Facebook or my website as well, and we can jump on the phone and have a discussion, because not every sponsor is a good fit, and I'm not a good fit for every sponsor. So always like to make sure that we're on the same page and we'll mesh well for each other. Moving on to the question of the day. Question of the day is submitted by you, the viewers and listeners of the podcast. And if you have a question about real estate, curious about something, all you got to do is just shoot me a message through Facebook or my website. It'll get to me, and I'd love to answer it for you as well as get it on the day. Get it on the show. This question of the day is a little bit different because I just asked this question yesterday when I was on an appointment. What's a mesh network? I had heard of them, not 100% on what they are. So I had somebody educate me about what a mesh network is. So today we're going to talk about 3 things that homeowners need to know about smart homes and mesh networks. Most of us by now know what smart homes are. It's a term that's been around for quite a while, and it's not uncommon to us. I've heard of mesh networks, but I didn't know how they operated or what was different from them versus excuse me, versus a just an adapter or an extender. Since smart homes and tech homes are becoming more and more popular, I decided to educate myself about this specific topic, and now I get to share that with you. How lucky are you? There are various smart home devices, sensors, etc. I mean, we could go on for quite a while, and I've covered these a little more in depth earlier in previous episodes. What these do is they add new functions to your home, so you can automate some tasks. You can also even increase your home security. What I've personally run into, and I'm sure I'm not alone. Other people have run into this as well. I've run into device issues with the devices themselves not being on the same network. So what traditional Wi-Fi extenders like what I have right now, these create a separate, not an overlapping network. So once you have an extender, to set up that extender, you connect your device to that extender, not your Wi-Fi network itself. And typically what this does is devices that are out of range of the router may not necessarily work. So, like I said, I learned this yesterday while I was on an appointment, just asking some questions. And the mesh networks are a little bit different because these create a single wireless network that all the devices can attach to. So, if you are considering adding some smart home devices, or you're having some connection issues, a mesh network may be worth considering. I know I am. So, like I said, today we are going to discuss 3 things to know about mesh networks. Number 1, we're going to go in a little more in depth as far as what a mesh network is, which I feel is a great place to start. So again, the standard Wi-Fi network has a router that serves as your central hub for connectivity. Any extenders or network components connect directly with that router. Mesh networks are a little bit different because each device not only connects to that router and that central hub, but they also connect to each other as well. And that's because they kind of mesh together. That's where the term mesh networks, because it creates a mesh of paths through the network itself. So this allows signals to route through the network in multiple ways. This increases your coverage. This also helps prevent dead spots or weak signals throughout the house, which I'm sure many of us have. I know I do. And this further eliminates the need for the Wi-Fi extenders, which create overlapping networks. For example, if you have a Wi-Fi printer and you want to print something from your laptop. For example, in my house, just like many other houses, you have one Wi-Fi network that's 2.4 gigahertz, and then you have another one that's 5G. More often than not, I connect my printer is connected to the 2.4. My laptop, my desktop are connected to the 5G. So in order to print something, I have to change networks for my printer to read. Number two, do you actually need a mesh network? These can be useful, especially if you want to keep smart devices on the same network, like I just mentioned with my printer and laptop. Again, those are not smart devices, but that's an example. Because keeping them on the same network does allow them to interact with each other. Depending on your home, wherever your wireless access point is, it may not be necessary. So for example, if your router is centrally located or you have good coverage throughout the house, these smart devices should be able to communicate without the need for a mesh network. However, they can be useful in parts of the home with weak signals or service, kind of like I already alluded to, especially if you plan on adding more devices potentially outside your home, for example, cameras. Even if your network seems like it's adequate and meets the needs that you currently have, you may start to notice some slower service or glitchy service. If you start to notice that, you may consider a mesh network option, which will again provide more uniform coverage than what you may be getting now. And finally, number three, smart home devices on a mesh network. We've talked about the wide range of smart devices before, so I'm not going to really go into great detail with those. Just check out other episodes that I've done. Also, the range of the devices could benefit from a mesh network as well. For example, the cameras that I just mentioned, maybe you have intrusion sensors or safety sensors. You need more consistent coverage, and they absolutely need to stay online with those safety sensors. For example, they have smart devices that are smoke detectors, heat detectors, leak sensors. All of those would definitely need to stay online and have good connection to fully function and fully operate properly. The mesh network allows for more coverage without the need for either separate apps controlled by your device or separate networks. Even devices like your smart door locks or thermostat could benefit from being on the same network. Not only is it going to give wider coverage, they may help be more intuitive depending on whether the doors are locked or not, and make auto adjustments to your thermostat based on that. And then of course you're going to be able to connect more devices to the mesh than you would to a single network, which for anybody that has kids and they have devices, you will definitely notice this and relate to this as well. This is more, and once you have a more consistent and stable signal, you are more likely, in my experience, to come up with more innovative ways to add smart devices so they're able to work together. So that's it. That's what I got. Those are the three things to know about the mesh networks. So whether you're wanting, just a couple of devices or to fully automate your house, make sure that you pick the right components to make your home smarter, because doing this can be overwhelming. So just kind of do your research, know what you're doing, and this is definitely going to be true and noticeable as you start adding smart home devices. Once you get ones that need to be plugged in, or ones that can actually be wired and installed, like cameras, thermostats, things of that nature. So what type of coverage do you have? Do you have just the standard Wi-Fi? Do you have a mesh network? How many and what type of smart home devices do you guys have? I would love to know, and just kind of pick your brains a little bit, since I just learned about this myself. So make sure you drop them in the comments wherever you're watching, listening to this. I would love to know. So that is going to do it for me. That's what I got for you guys today in the hot list. So thanks for watching with Matt in the Hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. Y'all have an awesome Thursday, and I'll see you back in here for Red Friday. Take care.